everybody, Sarah here. Hope you're all well. So I was just sat here having a little play and I've started rolling up some small balls of clay, and it occurred to me that if this was going to be a practice run, it took so long to do this that I wouldn't want to do it again. So I'm just going to record from here on in and not really got a plan of what I want to do. Just having a play really, so I'm just going to see where it takes us. So I've made lots of tiny little balls, and this is just bits of scrap clay that I've pulled out of my box and just conditioned a little bit. This is just a little bit of leftover stuff, kind of colours that I think will go together. And what I want to do is just, I want to just try and mix all these balls together, but not distort the balls. So try and keep them in that round pattern, but I want them to be really well mixed up. So I think what I'm going to do to stop them sticking together, I'm just going to pop a tiny little bit, if I can do a tiny little bit, of baby powder, just to reduce the chance of them sticking together, but at the same time when I'm done I want them to stick back together. So I don't want to use too much, but I want to make sure that these have mixed up really well. So that there's a good mixture of colour throughout. So I say I've been sat here probably about an hour watching TV and just rolling them up. So all I've been doing is getting a little slice, cutting it in half and just giving it a bit of a roll. And that's pretty much it really. Simple as that. So like I say, I want these all jumbled up. I did try to get roughly the same amount of each colour in, so that one colour's not overbearing. And when I feel that one's a little bit too big, I'll just chop it in half and roll it up. So you can kind of get a feel. Now then, what to do. I think I'm just going to give my hands a bit of a wipe. I've been rolling that black up. It's got in my nails and everything. Okay, so I think, I don't know whether to choose a backing. I wonder if I can just get these spread out a little bit. I don't want gaps, but I don't want them more than one layer high if I can help it. And I can see there's a few red ones stuck together there, so I'm going to separate those. I suppose it's going to be impossible to stop one colour sticking to its own colour, if you know what I mean. So at least try and spread it out a little bit colour wise. Okay, and then I think if I get a piece this is rolled out on a number 4. It's not quite big enough, I don't think. And I'm just going to press that on the top in the hopes that those little balls will stick into my hand. That's it. Will stick down onto the surface of this clay. I'm not pressing too hard because I don't want to get rid of that circular look to it. Okay, and then I'm just going to pick these up and fill in those gaps. This is just me having a play. Like I said, not really having a plan, but just going with the flow. And see what we come up with. Okay, kind of look like sweets, hundreds and thousands. I feel that's a little bit large, so I'm going to make that into 2 pieces. Drop them into a space. It's actually covered quite well, to be fair. There's not many spaces left. I'm not concerned if there is because it's a nice colour underneath as well, so. Okay, let's get a piece of paper and I'm going to burnish this, and I will flatten it a little bit now. I think I'm going to need to get it to stick down. Let's grab my rolling pin. Move these scraps out of the way now. Let's see how we're looking. I think I'll whiz it over and do it from the back. It's got a few little stray balls there. That's definitely a stray ball. Shove it under. That feels easier because it's a bit smoother. Let's see what we've got. See, I'd like them all to be like this, so there's no gaps. So I'll just try and concentrate on these parts and get them to kind of fuse together. And I just thought this is another way to use up those scraps before they get too muddy. Make nice little earrings maybe. Just a quick, simple project. And I've had a bit of pink left from the heart pendant, so I thought, well, why not have a mess with it? Let's see what we can do. Okay. I suppose it's funky, isn't it? It's a shame there's quite a big cluster of that pink there, but it's really difficult to get them to spread out. So I think I need to just see if I've got anything to hand, cutter wise. Maybe. Make nice earrings, won't they? Let's make sure there's nothing from the last project that I did lurking inside there. Just debating actually whether I should level light these off. It's a 4.5, it's going to be a 3 if anything. Not prepared, I'm sorry. It's quite late at night, and like I said, I was just messing and I thought if this works out to be something nice, then I'll have to sit here and roll all these balls again. Which I don't mind doing once. I wouldn't want to do it too often. Okay, so I am just gonna put my talc away for a start before I spill it everywhere. Oops. Okay, so yeah, I'm just going to roll over just to try and make sure it's a bit level. Actually needs to go thinner than that. So what I think I'm going to do is squeeze it back together, because that'll also thicken it. And then I can thin it out again. That's if it'll let me do it. Just try and shimmy it and reduce it in, because that makes it fatter. Just want to ensure that it's a level surface. So I need it to be thicker than my clay thickness guys to start with, otherwise they don't really do the job. Let's give that another burnish. Shush. What is that? My drawer was open and complaining every time I move the desk. This is another one of those things that doesn't really matter about distortion because it's totally random anyway. Okay, that gives a bit of a wiggle room now. And this is going to ensure that this is the same thickness all the way throughout now, because it was bigger than the 3 mils to start with. I don't know why I always straighten these up, because it doesn't really matter, does it? It's getting cut out anyway. It's just an impulse I have. Okay. So there are silver bits, and there's 2 tones of black and 3 tones of pink. This light, very light one, it looks white, but it's I can't remember what colour. It's very, very light pink. So I'll take I'll grab a couple of those. So this is from my teardrop set. Let me see what I've got in my little drawer. So I have found actually no. Let's see what else I've got. It's one of those days when I've had a tidy, so everything isn't in its usual place. Let's make sure there's nothing in there that shouldn't be in there. Got my little oval. This is from the pack of 4 small shapes. So I'll take a couple of those. I was hoping to find my square donut. Oh, that's a bigger teardrop. So I'll grab a couple of those as well. Just take one more there because there's that lot of pink there. We'll just see which looks best at the end. I think I've got space for another one of this little oval. Okay. Oopsies. Didn't press that very well, did I? Let's see if I can get that cut properly. Tell you what, I'll move that one first. give it a good proper press this time. There we go. That's a better cut. Rightio. So I've got, let me see. It's a pair of earrings, or it will be. A larger pair of earrings. I like the way it's kind of ended up almost honeycomb. I thought it would be more spotty. Okay, and a few of the oval ones. Right, so what I'll do is I'll pop these on a little tile, get them baked, buff them up, and then I'll make them into earrings. Like I say, it's just a little quickie. See you in a minute. Okay, so we're back. So I have gone ahead and buffed and polished, and they have come out quite nice. Probably do with another polish. It's been a couple of days, to be honest with you. And what I've done is, for the earrings, all I've done is I've got these pinch bail ear hooks that I got from eBay. I bought them in bulk. I've got absolutely tons of them, and they were so cheap, about tenner for an absolute shed load of them. But it's a little pinch bail, and all you need to do is surprise it open as if you would if it was a pendant pinch bail. Same thing, just on a smaller version. And they are silver, 925 silver. So I've popped little holes in them, and I've popped them on for those. And I've done the same with, I'm going to make this one into a little pendant. I'm still yet not got any chain, unfortunately. I'll have to see if I can get on Amazon and get some ordering done. So that's that. And then I thought with these ones, I've made one of them into a pendant already. So just popped a little simple pinch bail on. And I've had in my stash, I better put it away now. Tidying up when I still need stuff. They're the backs, because they didn't come with backs. How silly is that? Ah, there they are. Okay. So I've got these posts. So I'm going to use those. I've not used the technique before. I've seen it done online numerous times. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the cutter that I used to cut them out with, and I've got just a bit of scrap clay of similar colour rolled out onto a 7, so fairly thin but not the thinnest. I'm just going to pop a couple of those out, and I have some liquid clay courtesy of the lovely Catherine. She sent me a sample a while back, so I've still got a little bit of this left. And I'm literally just gonna dab a little bit on the back. Excuse my nails, I've actually dyed my hair, and the glove must have had a hole in it, because when I finished doing it I had a black finger and it won't come out of my nail. It's quite frustrating. I'll just grab a baby wipe. And then I've got a pokey tool. So I'm just going to put a little hole in it, roughly where I want the bail to come through. And I'm going to pop the bail on the top. The bail, I keep saying bail, don't I? I mean post. I'm sure you all knew what I meant. And then lay that over the top. Get rid of the cat hair. Lay that over the top and just pat it down. And get the air bubbles out, make sure there's no big gaps under there. And because when I cut these out originally, I did fiddle with the shape a little bit, so they're not the same shape as they were when they were cut out, what with burnishing and the such. So I'm just going to trim the excess clay away. And hopefully, I feel like I'm all fingers and thumbs at the minute. Hopefully, excuse me, try and get a nice edge all the way around on that, and then that I can bake that, and the idea is that then that will stick to the piece, and we have an earring post on then. That's the idea. I've not done a very neat job, I'm afraid. Should probably burnish it. But I'm pretty sure you get the idea. And then I have I've just got rubber backs that'll go onto that. So I'll tidy that up before I bake it. So I'll do that with that one as well later and get it baked. And that's it pretty much. So we have some nice earrings, a couple of pendants. All I need is chains really, isn't it? Or some kind of maybe cord to go on them. But I'm really pleased with how it's turned out. Like I said, I didn't have a plan to start with. I just went with the flow. Rolled up some dots, threw them all together. And I like the way the mica pigments have come through on those pinks. I'm really happy with that. Because I was worried, if you remember, that there was just a block of pink, but they're all different shades of pink. And they've got a mica shift to them as well. So yeah, I'm quite pleased. I really like them. So there you go. I'll get some pictures up so you can have a proper look in some decent light. And that's it. I'll say goodbye and thanks for joining me. Hope you enjoyed it. Take care, everybody. Till the next time. Bye.